Just wondering, with Lamar Stevens playing that small ball five role, we kind of seen him guard Giannis, Sengun, and today battling Zubac. Just what have been your thoughts and on that so far? And just why did you go with him, particularly in that role today?
Well, I mean, we talked about before the game. I mean, with limited days with Trey, we have to be smart. I mean, we have 26 games and he only has 15 days left, so kind of do the math. But I love what I've seen with Lamar's defensive activity, switchability. We actually had him more in drop coverage and like help side defense tonight. Coming over blocking shots, playing pretty good defense one on one. His screening, rolling ability, and as I say, he's giving us a little pop. Scoring ability. He's kind of figuring out his role on the offensive side. He's playing a unique position at the five there, but his versatility on the defense really just jumps off the page. Doesn't matter who he's guarding. It's a guard. It's a big. Obviously, playing a center that can give you problems on the interior. I thought his help side defense in post ISO situations, rotations was really good tonight. Verticalities at the rim. So, just encouraged with what we've seen the last couple of games to kind of have some confidence to have to, put him at that 5 spot.
You've done a lot of it this season, but Jaren was basically playing point guard there late in the game. How do you think those reps are going to help him even, with the turnovers there?
Oh, they're going to be huge. I mean, obviously, turnovers are going to be part of the growth process, but then he's also made great reads as well, throughout. I think he had 4 assists at halftime, only 1 in the second. We, as a team, turned the ball over a little bit too much in that second half, but him seeing crowds, he's seeing it all different ways. He's, recognizing early, he's recognizing it late. Sometimes he can play through the crowds. Sometimes they get the better of him. This is all going to pay dividends. We got to help him with spacing at times. He's got to help move the ball, to create those gaps. And it's kind of like when that Red Sea parts, you got to attack. And then when the Red Sea, closes, you got to get off the ball. And he's done a better job of that, but we're going to keep pushing him to just recognize when you're the primary point of attack. Now we're kind of taking him out of the post a little bit more. We used him a little bit in the post tonight, especially late, but then, put him in pick and roll situations, ISO situations. This is just going to be phenomenal for his overall growth. And I love, the learning that he's going through right now.
Late in the game, I think it was 99 to 95, and a lot of time ticked off the clock there before you eventually fouled. Just what was your instruction to the team in that situation?
Yeah, we were trying to hit and rotate. We got recognized late, and then they made a couple of passes out, and then we eventually found there was a foul to give too. So probably could have fouled a little bit earlier, but in some recent games when we've been in this situation, trying to trap in the half court and see if they make a lazy pass and we get a steal and go the other way, something that's been good for us. This one we could probably foul a little bit earlier. That's on me, and then we could have done the same thing, try to trap. And I think when we got them in the bonus, Kawhi made a good move, beat us, and we had to eventually foul because he broke the trap. So it's been good for us. Probably could have maybe just gone a little bit earlier in getting to that trap.
This is obviously a showcase here for some of these guys late in the season. I think Zaire and Santi, now in their 3rd year, they're trying to show that they fit still with the pieces on this team. How do you think they played tonight, and what do they need to do to take advantage of these opportunities late?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to just make it simple, but like play with aggressiveness. I feel like those two guys have done that the last couple of games. Zaire, there's some stuff defensively he did well tonight. Denials, sending guys backdoor, trying to take away threes, and then we got burned a couple a little bit late. It's part of, the process for him, getting his groove back. He'd been out for a while there, but, defense is where it's got to start for him, especially, offensively. I thought he had some good looks on the backside, just didn't connect on that. So just, being a second side player for us, closeouts, drives, kicks, and then knocking down threes. And then, with Santi, obviously, offensively, shooting it, was a little off tonight. I think, some of our team, we had 7 threes at halftime, and then we only made 1 in the second half. But, his shooting ability, and then obviously defensively, just with physicality, I thought he did some good things. He was in help position, closing out. Man, had a good night. Tip your cap on that. But when there were drive situations, I thought he did a good job walling up and playing good one-on-one defense. And then, even though he wasn't getting the rebound at times, tapping it out. As a team, we gave up too many second chance points, but I think his physicality on the boards was a little bit better, and that's the stuff we're going to keep challenging him on.
Obviously, with this stretch of play, you're going to have players thrusted into more playmaking responsibilities, and you also have guys like Luke who are used to playing off of ball movement, off players' gravities. I know it wasn't his standard of shooting tonight, but what is the adjustment in generating looks for him, especially when you have all these players being thrusted into roles that they're not used to?
Yeah, I mean, I think over 48 minutes, we're trying to, craft the best ball movement possible, giving guys that are in different playmaker roles, like you said. Sometimes Luke's got to be our primary guy. We're trying to lean into Vince and JJ being kind of our primary guys. They're going to get their assists. They're going to get their hockey assists. They're going to get their turnovers as part of it. It's their drive. It's, pick and roll, small, pick and roll with a big, whatever the combination is. And then Luke's got to be a beneficiary of some of their ball movement too. I thought Vince was trying to connect with him on the second side at times. Then he played in some crowds, gets their physicality, all part of his growth opportunity. Jaren, the same thing. When the shifts aren't there, he's got to go attack, but he tried to find Luke in transition. Luke gets a layup. It's just part of it, with guys that are naturally, playing the point guard position out there. So, Luke's adapted throughout all this. I think our group, knowing that our best offense is when we can crack that 30 assist number, we get, we're not putting a magic number on how many passes we have, but when that ball's moving, you can have those nights where Luke's really on fire, and it comes with easy shots. And obviously, you got to give them credit. They were trying to be physical with them, deny him, but hopefully our ball movement, we could have done a little bit better job of that to get him some free looks on the backside too.
Has any part of this season, you've had a lot of injuries, obviously, just sort of tested your patience as a coach? And is there anything healthy as a team and as a coach to having your patience sort of tested in this way?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should always have patience no matter what the season is. It's long, it's enduring, and there's ups and downs and all that. I mean, I've just been super engaged throughout this entire process, whatever's come our way day to day, trying to find that standard, knowing that guys are playing different roles, but the expectation doesn't play. You see how hard our guys are playing. Like, what is it now, 7 out of 10 in recent games? It's clutch times. It's gone our way sometimes. It hasn't gone our way sometimes. Like, the fact that we're in this position is just a credit. I told them it's a credit to how hard you guys are playing. You're diving into the work every single day, and that's what we got to focus on as coaches, is how are we putting these guys in the best individual development process, develop, the team, the system that we're carrying forward, the little tweaks we're coming out of the break. That's the exciting part of it. So naturally, your patience is going to be at whatever level. I'm just focused on the work product every single day with these guys, and I can't remember what your second thing was. So, but, I just love how these guys are approaching every single day, and, we just got to keep having fun with this. Great. Thanks, everybody.